G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at, the new Zenkai Rush Battle. So this is a new mode or event. I think it's replacing Battle Gauntlets. It may not be permanent, but it's a new style of Battle Gauntlet essentially. It works the same way. You obtain 3000 awakening power from it. However, in this case, it's only up to stage 30. So before it used to be 100 stages. I think, the format change is good. It's now 30 stages only. You can also skip up to stage 25. So it's a good change in terms of format. I think just the reduction in some of the rewards is maybe not so cool, but overall it's a pretty good change, and it does result in some pretty decent format changes. I think they needed to change the Battle Gauntlet. I think overall they needed to reduce the Battle Gauntlet, because I think it was just very tedious, and now it's a much better format. If they can just adjust the rewards just a tiny bit, then I think it's gonna look very, very good. Now in terms of taking on, obviously it functions the same way. You get boost characters. You want to prioritize having 3 boost characters that you can beef up with the other 3 bench options that you have. And in this case, a lot of them are obviously Goku's. There's a Bardock in there. There's a Great Ape Vegeta. It's kind of Planet Namek Saga / anyone who's really faced Frieza, it seems. So your best options here, from a free-to-play perspective, there's not lots going on here, unfortunately. However, you do have the Ultra Super Saiyan Goku, who's a good free-to-play option, and then you also have the Red Sparking Goku, who a lot of players will probably have, just due to the fact that he's quite an accessible sparking. So then you have the ability to skip as well. You can skip up to floor 25 now, instead of floor 80 it was out of 100. So technically speaking, the percentage is around the same, but because it's reduced floors, you can actually get a bit further in. You don't have to play so many stages, which, like I said, I think overall is a really good change. So I think it's a really solid kind of opening up there. So outside of that, same principle, literally exactly the same as any Battle Gauntlet as it was before. The enemy does a lot of damage, but outside of that, there's not really anything too mechanical that you need to be concerned about, or that you need to be super duper involved with. I think overall the mechanics are fairly straightforward. I don't think any players should really struggle with fighting an opponent, at least not in terms of the Battle Gauntlet. It's not like hyperdimensional co-op or anything like that, whereby you have a certain mechanic you have to do. Here it's just the enemy will do a lot more damage as you progress throughout the tower. Now the reward scale as they did before, so the further you get in the Zenkai Rush, the better it is for you, because obviously the further you get into the Zenkai Rush, the more Chrono Crystals and the more rewards you get, the more slot removers, the more Rush medals. So it is, in that regard, something to keep an eye out for. I think beyond that, that is pretty much everything you need to know. Use your Rising Rush with discretion, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, there's not a huge learning curve when it comes to these. Basically just upgrade your units as you go along. If your units aren't good enough or you're struggling, look at upgrading their equipment. Look at what units you're using to boost them. Remember, you only need 3 battle bonus units. You don't need a whole team of battle bonus units. And at the end of the day, you should have a fairly decent time. But that's pretty much going to be it from me. Obviously, we'll take a look at floor 30. As we used to look at floor 100, we'll take a look at floor 30. And that's basically that. That's going to cover everything you need to know. So see you next time. Bye.